Comedies and the Oscars don't usually go hand in hand. The Academy tends to favor heavy dramas, but every now and then, a comedy sneaks into the Best Picture category, proving that laughter really can be award-worthy. Here are 8 comedies that defied the odds and nabbed a Best Picture nomination. Written, directed, and starring Woody Allen, Annie Hall depicts a lovelorn neurotic as he pursues a relationship with the titular woman, played by Diane Keaton. In typical Woody Allen fashion, the film is full of comedic self-deprecation, awkwardness, anxieties, and attempts to understand and successfully woo the opposite sex. All set beneath the backdrop of 1970s New York City. The film swept at the 50th Oscars ceremony, taking home Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actress for Keaton.
What's your name?
Allison?
You're like New York Jewish left-wing liberal intellectual, Central Park West, Brandeis University with the socialist summer camps, and the father with the Ben Shahn drawings, right? And the really, strike-oriented kind of... stop me before I make a complete imbecile of myself.
No, that was wonderful. I love being reduced to a cultural stereotype.
With breakout performances for both Elliot Page and Michael Cera, Juno won the hearts of fans, critics, and the awards circuit alike. The film shows the story of an unplanned teen pregnancy, with the titular character as an offbeat yet lovable lead heroine. With a $6.5 million budget, the film skyrocketed at the box office, grossing $231 million worldwide. It also got a handful of nods at the 80th Academy Awards, including Best Actress for Page, Best Director for Jason Reitman, and Best Picture, although it lost in that category to the Coen brothers' No Country for Old Men.
When this is all over, we can always get back together.
Were we together?
Yeah, we were once, At time.
You think you're really gonna do this then?
If I could just have the thing and give it to you now, I totally would, but I'm guessing it looks probably like a sea monkey right now. We should let it get a little cuter, right?
Great.
Keep it in the oven.
A beloved indie darling of the mid-aughts, Little Miss Sunshine was a hit with critics and fans, as well as at film festivals and the box office. From an $8 million budget, the film grossed a whopping $101 million at the box office. That success can be largely attributed to the smart, darkly comedic writing, in addition to the acclaimed performances from heavy hitters like Steve Carell, Alan Arkin, Toni Collette, Paul Dano, and others. And thanks to all that talent behind the film, it was nominated at the 79th Academy Awards, but lost the honor to Martin Scorsese's The Departed.
So, that's when you tried to kill yourself?
Well, no. The boy that I was in love with fell in love with another man, Larry Sugarman.
Who's Larry Sugarman?
Larry Sugarman is perhaps the second most highly regarded Proust scholar in the U.S.
Who's number 1?
That would be me, Rich.
What?
So, that's one.
2 former college roommates are now middle-aged, moderately depressed, and in search of adventure in 2004's Sideways. So, before one is to be married, they set out on a raucous, booze-soaked road trip to wine country to shake things up a bit. As one might imagine, comedic chaos ensues. At the 77th Academy Awards, the film racked up a number of nods, including Best Director for Alexander Payne, Best Adapted Screenplay, which it won, and Best Picture, although it lost to Million Dollar Baby.
Why did you tell them that my novel was being published?
You've been officially depressed for like 2 years now.
We're gonna go have some fun, Miles. Do you remember fun? If a woman finds out how I live, and I'm not a published author, any interest she has is gonna evaporate real quick.
You guys should stay for the weekend.
No, we have to get back to the rehearsal dinner.
What rehearsal dinner?
Directed by comedic powerhouse Taika Waititi, Jojo Rabbit follows a young boy in Nazi Germany whose imaginary best friend is Hitler himself, played hilariously by Waititi. Of course, World War II and the Holocaust are no laughing matters. However, as young Jojo navigates his way through one of history's greatest tragedies and attempts to make sense of the world, the film is filled with laughs. At the 92nd Academy Awards, It received a slew of nods. Waititi won for Best Adapted Screenplay, but lost in the Best Picture category to Parasite.
You're growing up too fast. 10-year-olds shouldn't be celebrating war and talking politics.
Heil Hitler. I wish more of our young boys had your blind fanaticism.
Did you know Jews can read each other's minds?
But how would you know if you saw one? They could look just like us. Hi.
Lost in translation. Sofia Coppola's romantic dramedy follows an over-the-hill movie star, played by Bill Murray, who forms an unlikely friendship with a young recent college graduate, Scarlett Johansson, while in Tokyo to promote a whiskey brand. The two foreigners get into all sorts of hijinks in Japan, and of course, anytime Bill Murray is involved, there's bound to be laughs. At the Oscars, Lost in Translation garnered a number of nods, including Best Director for Coppola, Best Actor for Murray, and Best Picture. However, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King took the title that year.
What are you doing here?
Getting paid $2 million to endorse a whiskey. The good news is the whiskey works. Can you keep a secret? I'm trying to organize a prison break. We'd have to first get out of this bar, then the city, and then the country. Are you in or are you out?
I'm in.
Risque and literally revealing? The Full Monty features a cast of unemployed former steelworkers who decide to band together and form a striptease performance. The reason? To help a friend make enough money to visit his son. The catch? They'll strip down fully nude, hence the title, to separate themselves from other acts. The comedy was nominated for Best Picture at the 70th Academy Awards, but lost to the cinematic mega-hit, Titanic. Four Weddings and a Funeral. The British comedy follows Hugh Grant as Charles, as he and his friends attend numerous social gatherings and, rather unsuccessfully, attempt to navigate romantic relationships. At the box office in the UK and abroad, the film took off. It also helped propel Hugh Grant's profile to broader audiences, particularly in the United States. And during the 67th Academy Awards, the film was nominated for Best Original Screenplay and Best Picture. But it was no match for Forrest Gump, which took home the top honors that year.
Bernard told me he was getting engaged to Lydia. I congratulated him because all his other girlfriends had been such complete dogs. Although, may I say how delighted we are to have so many of them here this evening.